I still remember when Xbox was the shit, you know, everybody was talking about it. I was so excited to get an Xbox 360 to be able to play Minecraft with some of the new friends that I'd made when I moved over here. You're probably thinking, whoa, what a weird intro, talking about the past like that. Well, something made me think about this particular moment when I got this Xbox 360, and it's because it's all I could think about. It was what all a lot of people were talking about was their game console of preference, whether it was the PlayStation or the Xbox. And I, at the time, was an Xbox guy because a lot of my friends were. But recently, Valve has announced the upcoming release of the Steam Machine, which is a god-awful name, and the controllers that come with it are god-awful as well. But the machine itself, it's pretty cool. It seems pretty cool, at least. And it also seems like they're just digging the grave for Xbox as a console distributor, and now they're only ever going to be a publisher in terms of relevancy. So this here is the Steam Machine, and the reason why I find this interesting and I'm correlating it a lot with Xbox is because Xbox also announced that they were going on the super high premium PC console side of things for their next generation Xbox. And while it looks pretty small, as you can see, it has a light. That's pretty fucking cool. And I've heard rumors of there maybe being a party mode, you know, where the light changes colors decently fast. That's top notch right there. Not gonna lie. If there's no party mode, this is a 2 out of 10 object right here. But if there's a party mode, this might be bumped up to 9 out of 10. Got a little bit of information from a video that IGN released, and there were 3 people having a conversation about the Steam Machine. One of the people that were talking there ended up actually going over and using this machine and testing it out. So he kind of gave his thoughts on it and even talked a little bit on the price. This is kind of interesting because the price hasn't been released, but he kind of got a few hints as to what the price range will be. Those of you that already have a Steam Deck are probably pretty excited about this, I'm guessing, but as you can see in this lineup here now, there's going to be a new Steam controller, Steam Machine, and Steam VR frame. And the VR frame looks pretty cool because it looks light. It has some of the new controller features in its VR controllers, and it overall just seems like a decent headset. I'm not much into VR myself, so you guys are going to have to let me know what you think about that piece of hardware in particular. But I'm going to let you know what I think about the controller. All right, so as we start off with this sleek bumper design, you start to look at it and you're like, damn, this kind of looks like a sleek controller. Okay. It's got back buttons. What the fuck is up with your face, buddy? Jesus. Once you actually see the controller in its full glory, you start to think, there's nothing glorious about this. This is huge. What the hell? Apparently, though, according to the person that actually went over and tried it, the controller feels good to use. I don't know how. It looks like you're just going to be holding a... It's better than a Steam Deck, let's be honest. Like, anything where you're holding your hands apart like this and looking at a screen in between, it seems like this is a better option, but still... Come on. Now, obviously, I'm shitting on the controller a little bit because you got to agree it's ugly as all hell. It'll be interesting to see what other designs and patterns come out. But as far as the controller itself, apparently it has these cool little thumbsticks that can detect when your thumbs are actually on the stickies. That's pretty cool. And the actual squares down there are touchpads. So it's supposed to be able to do everything a mouse is also going to be able to do, like move around on the screen and click with those mouse pads, I would assume. Either way, overall, it's a controller. It's going to do what controllers do. I just think it's as ugly as the controller could possibly be. I think this is the ugliest version of a controller that we've ever seen, actually. So, back to the Steam Machine. Something very interesting that I wanted to look at really quick and show you guys. You guys are going to definitely understand a little bit more about this than I do, even though I have my own pretty high-end, top-notch PC. It was pre-built, and I did as much research as I could, but I was never really into PCs until this year. So I've always been a console person, right? This is why it kind of also makes me think how our console is going to keep up if Steam is doing this, because let's be honest, there's so many games on PC and compared to console, and a lot of console games now are on Steam. So where does that put them? But I'm going to show you the tech specs here. You can just glance over it and take a look at it, but the thing I'm going to be focusing on is the storage. So obviously this is going to be coming with two models, a 512 gigabyte and a 2 terabyte. That's pretty decent storage. And if we look at this sketch out, this beautiful drawing that they've given us here, two USB 3s, micro SD slot, and then there's one display port, one HDMI, Ethernet, everything you need when it comes to being able to plug things in. There is plenty here. There's 4 USB slots as well as one USB-C slot. That's enough, I'd say, right? So now here's the big question. How much are we going to have to scrape out of our wallets if we want to buy this thing? How many couch cushions are we going to have to flip? Well, apparently, according to this guy, it's going to be less than $1,000.
How much do you think this is going to be? Like, if you're making a professional guess.
Valve has said that the Steam Machine is going to be priced competitively with the equivalent gaming PC. So based on the specs, and this is a credit to Jackie Thomas, who I went to Valve with, she's our technical wizard who does all of our benchmarking and has a lot of the institutional knowledge when it comes to these things. She's saying hopefully under 1,000. I'm thinking maybe 800, 900.
There it is. There you heard it. Apparently, it's under 1,000. His own professional opinion may be around 800 to 900, which I think is honestly what everyone would have expected for a PC console hybrid. Here's my thing though. Considering there's going to be two storages, I believe that means there's going to be two prices. So I think it's probably going to be something along the lines of $799 for the lower end one and then $999 for the higher end one, something along those lines. But either way, that's not too bad as long as it has longevity, because apparently this isn't the first time that Valve has tried to make a Steam machine. Apparently about 10 years ago they tried to make one, but their OS just wasn't there. So it didn't really catch Steam, if you get what I mean. Honestly though, that's pretty much it when it comes to that. That's what I wanted to talk about. That's all I really know about it. And it seems like a pretty interesting new console coming to the market, because Xbox had obviously announced that was their next idea, a premium PC console combination that they were going to be putting out that's going to be a bit more expensive as well. Maybe this is going to put kind of a general idea as to what that might be for Xbox as well. Just imagine if Xbox tries to do this though, and they've been working on it, and they put it out, and it's worse and more expensive somehow. I could see it. I could see them trying something like that. I also think it's going to be pretty interesting for those console players that are going to want to upgrade to PC or be able to get more games, access to more games somehow without technically spending that PC money, buying a PC that has like a 5090 or something in it, which isn't what you need, but sometimes that's what people think they need. And then this now becomes an option, and hey, whoa, this is a bit cheaper, it's more attainable, and as long as it works, as long as it is viable, it seems like a choice for people to upgrade, which again, people are going to be leaving Xbox if they don't pull their pants up soon. But yeah, no, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to talk about it because this might actually be the nail in the coffin that's going to bury Xbox underneath a pile of shit and make them almost irrelevant. But if you liked the video, please make sure you leave a like. If you're not already subscribed, that'll help out. It's free. It's going to cost way less than the Steam machine. But yeah, thanks for watching.